Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this long bikini cover skirt, and as you can see here, it's a very simple repeated stitch, so you're not gonna have too much trouble learning a lot of different stitches. This is just the mesh stitch, and as you can see here, it's very beautiful, very sexy for this summer. If you have a bikini that pretty much is of any color, you can wear underneath this. But also, this is a choice of color that I'm using. You can definitely do it in completely different colors, so you can have it in colors of your choice. You can obviously make it based on the colors of bikinis that you have in your drawers, in your closet. So this is the color I'm choosing to do it with. You could do it in any color. Okay, now I'm just gonna quickly show you what I mean as well, because I do make it in a different color. So this is one that I make in acrylic, and I make it a little bit shorter, and I also do it in these two colors. So I have this really bright red, and I have this kind of maroonish color, and then I finish it off in that red, and it is kind of, it goes right below my knees, a little bit more than below my knees, so it's a little bit shorter. And if I can measure it in inches, I believe this red one is about, let me give you that measurement in just a second here. It is about 28 inches, and the blue one is 35 inches. So there's a difference in length, and this is obviously by choice. I also do have a video that is completely shorter, so I make it about 15-20 inches or so, and it's going to just go a little bit above my knees. So you can make this in all different colors and in all different lengths, however you want. Okay, but for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to be making this long one here. And like I said, I have a video for a short one, very short, and the middle, the one that is in between, we don't have to do a video for that, because we just have to learn how to do it in this design here, and then you can do it in any lengths you want. Okay, all right, let's not talk too much. Go grab the colors, go grab your yarn, your crochet hook, whatever materials you need. I'm going to show you guys what I used, so we can go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, so for this project, I'm going to show you all the materials that I'm using. And as you can see here, I have my yarn. This is a really nice blue color cotton yarn, and this is from Hobby We Heart Yarn. This is 100% cotton, and this skein is 50 grams, and the color is color 23, and this is a lightweight number 3 yarn, and recommended hook size for crochet is 3.5 to 4 millimeter crochet hook, or US E4 to G6. Okay, so this is what we're gonna be using. I'll probably use a few skeins. I have a pack of these that comes with 10, so I may end up using all 10, or maybe not quite. So at the end, I'll be able to tell you how many skeins I used altogether. I'm going to be using a G6 US crochet hook, which is 4.25 millimeter crochet hook. I have my darning needle here, I have my scissors, and of course you need a tape measure to be able to determine the size that we're making. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to get our project started, I'm just going to leave a little tail here that we're going to be able to use to join the band of this bikini cover together. So just leave something like that to be able to use that to join the two sides. Okay, but we're going to start the project off by doing a slip knot, just like this. So however you do yours, go ahead and create a slip knot, and then we're going to start by doing a chain of 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this is our chain of 13 here, and this is representative for the band of our bikini cover. Okay, so you're going to do this to be the length that you want your band of the bikini skirt, cover skirt, to be like. And then we're going to do the first row, and we're going to skip this first stitch here, and in the second stitch we're going to flip it to the back, and then we're going to grab the back stitch and do a single crochet like that. And then we're going to move on to the next stitch, and we're going to do a single crochet, and you're going to pretty much do this all the way to the end of the row. So by the time that you finish this row, you're going to have 12 stitches all together. Okay, all right, complete it, and then I will see you guys when we go ahead and get started with the second row. Okay, so that is the end of our first row here. So as you can see, this is pretty much a simple single crochet row, and this is going to be pretty much what we create the whole band of the skirt with. So the next row, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to go in the very next stitch. Right after our chain 1, we're going to go in the back of the very next stitch to do our back loop single crochet stitch, just like that. Then you're going to move on to the next, and you're going to do a single crochet in the back loop, and then in the next a single crochet in the back loop. And again, you continue doing this until you get to the end of the row. My preference is to go through both loops for the final stitch. You don't have to do that. You could just do single crochets all throughout the 12 stitches. But when you get to the end, you're going to come back again, and I'm going to show you how to do the third row, and then I will have you guys build up the band of the project, and I will do the same, and then we'll reconvene when we have what we're looking for. But prior to that, I will obviously talk about sizing and how you can determine your size as well. Okay, so I'm just actually approaching the end here. So this is my second last stitch. I'm going in the back loop, and then for the final stitch here, I go through both loops like this, and I do my single crochet. Okay, so that is the end of my second row. And for the third row, of course, and every row will start like this, is you chain 1 and you turn, and then you'd repeat what we just did in the second row, where you pretty much go through the back loop, and you just continue to do this until you create a band that is long enough to cover the widest part of your hips. Okay, so I'm just going to stop this here so I can explain that. So I often use the inches for my tape measure. You can use centimeters, you can use whatever measurement units you want, but you're going to measure the widest part of your hips. For me, that usually comes up to about 38 inches. So let's say right about here. And depending on whether the material that I'm using is stretchy or not, I may increase by 2 to 4 inches, or I may decrease by 2 to 4 inches as well. Okay, so what I will do here is, this material is not very stretchy, it's cotton, so I will do about 40 inches altogether for the widest part of my hips. And then when I have completed that, I will come back to the video to show you guys how to start the next part of the project. Okay, all right, so continue repeating this and create the length of the widest part of your hips in whatever measurements you're using, and then come back when you have it. Okay, so you guys. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed the size of the band that I need here for my hips. And as you can see, this is pretty much what it looks like. This is about 112 rows altogether. And so I'm going to now join the two sides like this so we can start the rest of the project. And to do that, I have the tail that I had hanging and I've left at the beginning of the project. And of course I have my darning needle here, so I'm gonna insert my thread into the darning needle. Then I'm going to line up my work like this so I can join it in this section here. So I'm just gonna go into the very first stitch there, and I'm gonna close that off like that. I'm gonna do it again just to make it really nice and sturdy. And now that I have that, I'm going to start joining the stitches, lining them up all the way that way. So I'm going to pick up the inside loop here and the outside loop on the other side. We're gonna pull, and I'm just gonna repeat this, and I'm gonna line up all of the stitches. And since we have exactly the same amount of stitches, we should be able to have them all lined up in a row and not missing some stitches. Okay, so go ahead and join it all the way to the end, and when you have reached the end, come back and we will go ahead and finish these off and then get started within the first row of the working down the bikini cover skirt. Okay, so I'm at the end here, and as you can see, I just worked in this stitch here, and I have this final stitch here that I will go into through both loops, and then I'm gonna pick up the final one on the other side, going through both loops as well. I'm gonna pull it together, and I'm gonna do that one more time, just like we did the beginning, to make that a little bit more tighter. Okay, and what I will do here is I will leave this hanging. I will take my darning needle off, and so as you can see, it's all joined fully like that. And so now we're going to start working on the next part of the project. Okay, so we're gonna get geared up for that, and then this part of the project is gonna pretty much be what we repeat until we have the length of the bikini cover, which in this case we're making it go all the way down, so it's gonna be a long one. Okay, so we're gonna get this ready here. I'm gonna bring my crochet hook in, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a chain of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to count spaces. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in this space here, I'm going to do a single crochet. Then I'm going to again count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the fourth one, I'm going to do a single crochet. Then I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go into the next space there, the fourth space, to do a single crochet. So right now, as you can see, we're creating these loops here. We're creating these almost they look like bridges, and this is going to be pretty much what we repeat for the rest of this project. Okay, and again, when I'm saying skip this, what you see is I skip this area here that kind of comes out, the area that goes in, the area that comes out, and in the next area that goes in is where I do my slip stitch. I'll do my single crochet. Okay, so go ahead and repeat this all the way until you come back to here where we just started. When you get to here, come back. I will show you what to do for the next row, and then I will have you guys repeat the project until it's completed. See you guys in a bit. All right, so I have completed the first row for this lacy part of our bikini bottom, as you can see here. And I've come all the way to the end, and as you can see here, this is the first one that we did, and I just did my final one here. So we're gonna go ahead and continue working this pattern around and around and around until we have the length that we're looking for. So of course, when you reach this section here, you're going to do a chain of 5 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to slip stitch in this big gap here, just like this. Not slip stitch, but single crochet, like that. Okay, and then you're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 chains. And then you move on to the next one and do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then you move on to this gap here and do a single crochet. Okay, so you're going to continue doing this, and as you can see here, we're starting to build what we are looking for. And you're going to do this all around. Your last one is going to go right here. Then what you will do is you will slip stitch on top of this one, and then chain 5, go into here and do a single crochet, chain 5, do a single crochet, and then just continue to do that until you have the length that you are looking for. Okay, so I'll have you guys just build up as much as you want, and when you are satisfied with the length that you're looking for, come back to the video and I will do the same, and then we will look at what we have, and that will pretty much be the end of the project. Okay, so I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and I've completed the length of this bikini cover up, and as you can see, it is quite long. So we first started on this side here, which is the waist side, and then we went all the way down, and this is the length that I have. I have about 35 inches all the way from here to down. It's about 35 inches in length. And I just tried it on. It goes right to my, just right above my ankles. So it's actually the length that I wanted. And I just happened to just finish the amount of yarn that I had. So that is the only amount that I have here. And so I'm going to finish it up. And as you can see, I'm lining it up to the side where we started and worked our project around. So I'm lining it up so it's going to end right where that is supposed to be. So I'm gonna quickly just show you how to end it off here, and then I'm going to just talk a little bit about it, and then we'll finish the project because there's not much else to be done with it except to wear it and go out in the beach come summer, and you're ready for your summer outfits. Okay, all right, so we're gonna continue to do the 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then right in the next here we're going to do a slip stitch. So we're gonna do a slip stitch here, and then we're going to go and do another slip stitch right there. So we're slip stitching so we can get to the middle of this part here, and then that's where we're gonna kind of finish it off. And I don't have much yarn to go with, so I'm just going to go into here and slip stitch like that, and then I will go into the middle of this section here, just like that. If I can find the center right there, like this, slip stitch, and then we'll do one more slip stitch to close it off, just like this, and then we're gonna pull that to shut it. Okay, so this is how it's gonna end here. So it's not gonna look like there's a continuation to be done. It just kind of stops in the middle of it like that. And what I will do is I will weave in this end here, and I will also weave in this end here. So the two sides that we're started with and where we're ending, I'm gonna weave those in. What I also did is I had enough yarn left to do this string here, or strap, and this strap is about 200 chains, something like that. So you just do a normal foundation chain, and this is going to be something that I will weave in on top here so that I can have a strap that I can pull to make the waistline a little bit tighter, because as you remember, cotton is not very stretchy, so we had to do a wide or a very big waistline so that the rest of the outfit can actually fit in the widest parts of our hips. And since my waist is not the same circumference as my hips, this is a little bit bigger for my waist, so this is gonna help bring it in. So I will also weave these in, and then when I come back I will be able to show you how it looks like when we have the string weaved in here. And then I'm gonna also have the strap, or the where we ended and where we started is gonna be weaved in. Okay, so go ahead and do that as well. And to weave these in, you're just literally going to be weaving it in here. I'm gonna use my darning needle. I'm gonna weave it in on top here, so I'm gonna go over this and then under, and then over this and then under, all the way until I have them both meeting in the middle like this. And that's gonna be part of the front of my cover up here. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and weaved in the ends. So as you can see here, we have a nice and clean finishing in the bottom. We don't have the end hanging there anymore, and as you can see, we did that for the front as well. So the side that we had here is already weaved in, and then of course I've gone ahead and weaved in the strap. And like I said earlier, this is going to help us to bring in the waistline if we do need to make it a little bit smaller, just in case. But otherwise, it's going to be something that is also very nice if you tie these up and it hangs here. If you have beads or anything like that, you can put them in the bottom here so it has a nice look to it, maybe a different color than the blue. But yeah, that's pretty much it here. So this is the end of the project. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. And I hope you will make a couple of this for you, for your friends, for your family members, or just have multiple in different colors for yourself, so that when you go to the beach, you're rocking a different color every day. You could make them shorter. I have a video for a short one that will be on the channel, so please check that out. And I also do have that one with beads where I made sure I decorated a little bit more. But yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video here. Thank you so much for watching it to the end, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.